Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of What's Up Chat, Let's Discuss. And I'm your host, Michael Johnson. So, this week's episode, I'm gonna be talking about, I gave you a little hint, I guess, from the snow day episode, what I'll be talking about. In this week's episode, it is basketball related, and it's my favorite NBA team, the Boston Celtics. Let's give it up for them. I know everyone's not a fan, or if you watch basketball, everyone has different teams. So I know if you're either a Celtics fan, Northeast, especially like in Boston, or you live in Connecticut, you're either a Celtics fan or a Knicks fan. And hopefully, for me, you're a Celtics fan. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the Boston Celtics right now. And the big discussion I'm going to be discussing later in the episode is, should Jason Tatum return? I think a lot that's been most recently been a topic everyone's thinking about right now since his injury from last season. It's like, was he, if you don't know, he tore his Achilles. It was a terrible game to watch him leave like that. 'Cause you could see the pain. I remember like that, watching that game vividly, and it was just, don't want to go back to that. No, hate thinking about it. However, it's like, he has been getting better, and he's been like doing rehab, taking his time, and people are like thinking like, could he return soon? Like even sooner than we think. And I think later in the episode I want to discuss that. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, the first thing I want to talk about is how I'm a Boston Celtics fan, because I was born in Boston, even though I ended up living a few towns over in Boston, a town called Milton. It's like a few towns over, or maybe more than a few towns over. Anyway, I still consider myself a Bostonian, but a nicer Bostonian. I'm not like rude or it's like race. I'm not racist, so rude or racist. I'm not like that. I'm one of my friends, I think I remember, said like, "Oh, you're one of the nicer Bostonians I've ever met." It's like, thank you. I appreciate that. Because I know the thing about Boston, it's like, you're the best and worst fan base for our teams, like for Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, whatever. We're like the worst, and especially we're greedy. We want another win. We want to keep, even though we have won many times for like our sports, for like basketball and football and even hockey. It's like, and baseball, Red Sox. It's like, we're a little bit greedy. We always want to win every single year, and we're passionate about it. Maybe too passionate about it, but like, who cares? So I know a lot of other teams like the Knicks, but the Knicks, though, I feel like the Knicks, maybe they're a little bit of a better fan base. I'm not sure. I know a few of my friends are Knicks fans, and I think you'll enjoy this episode. Me talking about how great the Boston Celtics are and how better they are than the Knicks. Even though the Knicks have your lead guy, their own version of Jason Tatum, Jalen Bronson. I hate him. I hate Jalen Bronson on the Knicks. I remember when we played him last season, and then during the playoffs I was like, no, can't lose to the Knicks. And we did a few times lose to the Knicks, and of course the story, the Knicks advanced, but they lost. They didn't even make it to the champions. The Knicks lost. They didn't even make it to the champions, so I was happy about that. I was like, no, they can't. No, sorry. If the Celtics lost, the Knicks have to lose. Sorry. That's like the honest truth. Anyway, yeah, so I love the Celtics. I think I started watching because I was like in elementary school, and I was like 8 years old, and when I was 8, 9, 10, I think I went to a few games too, and that was when Kevin Durant was on the team. I can't remember all the other players. It's such a long time. It's like decades ago now, which is insane. I was like a completely different team, and it was like, I remember like it was so much fun going to the games. And now watching them, because my grandma, she's a fan, and my mom, during the pandemic, watching it when we were living with my grandma, watching the Celtics games, because that's all my grandma would have on the TV. It's like the Celtics are playing, like, even now my grandma and my mom love watching the Celtics, and then finding out like my mom's sister loves the Celtics too, and then my cousin, she's like, oh, I love watching the games too. So now they're becoming sports fans. It's like, let's go. Especially Celtics fans, that makes me happy. Like, because the Celtics right now are like on a winning streak, and I think we're like number 2 in the East. Like, let's go, number 2. And a lot of people from last season were like, Jason Tatum's out, you guys are not gonna do good, you guys are gonna do terrible this season, and you guys should just give up hope for this season, because you're not gonna do good without Jason Tatum. You guys aren't gonna make it. And look at us now. Without Tatum, we still have Jaylen Brown. We have Pritchard, and we have a young European guy, like Gonza. I don't know how to say his name. It's hard. He's like 19 years old, and then another guy, who's like. And I have a lot of young players that we drafted, and they're like 18, 19, and they're really good. And they're making 3-pointers, and I'm like, corner shots. It's like, Jason Tatum, who? And then we have the one, the only Jaylen Brown, who, people thought like he was the side man. He's a side man to Jason Tatum, and when it's like, no, he's his own person, and he could be MVP this season. Like, he's been playing so well. He's been like taking care of the Celtics. And then we have the best coach in the league, Marzula. Like, let's go. He's like, we have the best coach too. So I'm like, all the haters saying, oh, the Celtics don't have a chance, not this season, you guys should just give up hope. It's like, we didn't give up hope, and we're louder than ever as Celtics fans, and we're gonna keep cheering. And, Jason Tatum could return too this season, the way it looks. And then just see our rivalry team, the Knicks, and it's like saying all the other teams too. It's like, guys better watch out. I'm just saying, guys better watch out. All the other sports fans better watch out, because this looks like we're making it to the playoffs. We could be making it to the playoffs. I don't want to say anything, but like, I'm just saying, like, our team. Oh, sorry, that's my water bottle. Anyway, our team is looking fire than ever. And as I'm doing this episode, we played the 76ers. Because I'm doing this on a Sunday. Now it's like early Monday. Anyway, and Celtics played the 76ers, and we beat them. So we won another game. So I'm just saying. And then we have Derek Walsh. And also too, I know our team looks different because we had a lot of, the drafting and then the trades too. because we lost Drew Holiday, Porzingis, and Drew Holiday, Porzingis. Oh, Al Horford, we lost him. However, even though we lost them, we still have a strong team. I'm like, the starting lineup, whenever I see it now, it's like, we have a stellar team. So, and then I think another trade happened recently too, where we lost the guy who we called the Forno. I forget. I think we traded him. Oh yeah, I think we did trade him. That's another player that got recently traded too. However, we still are doing fine, and I'm gonna keep having hope that we're gonna do fine for the playoffs, because the Celtics are good. All the haters can keep hating, keep saying this or that, but better keep an eye out, because we don't give up. As Bostonians and Celtics fans, we don't give up. Look at the Patriots. This past NFL season, people were saying last season, because of the last few seasons, all the stuff with the coaching and then losing Tom Brady and the team being different. It was oh yeah, we had a few bad seasons, and they were and this past NFL season, oh, the Patriots are gonna be terrible. But then we ended up taking over and being one of the top teams in the NFL East, and we almost won the Super Bowl. But we still have time to get better. Drake May is still new, and we still need to work on a lot of on our playing and stuff, and it would be easy. It would have been too easy if we won the Super Bowl just like that for this past season. Maybe we do need more time this off season to get better, but we'll get better. We'll be much better next season. If we got to the Super Bowl this past season, we can make it to the Super Bowl again. So don't doubt on the Patriots too. That's the point I was trying to make. Don't doubt on any of the Patriots, the Celtics, even the Red Sox, even the Bruins. So don't doubt on any Boston team. However, this episode is just about the Celtics. I kind of pivoted from the Celtics. Sorry. Our playing, for real, we're making 3-pointers. I know sometimes we don't always make the 3-pointers, like Jaylen Brown, or even the 2-point shots. Sometimes misses, which pisses me off. Sometimes I'm like, why? And Pritchard trying to make the buzzer shots a lot of times, and when he doesn't, I'm like, don't all the time try to make the buzzer, the end of the buzzer shots. If you don't, I know you're trying, but you don't have to make it all the time. And I know when he doesn't, it's you don't have to do that all the time. It's fine if you don't even do it, because that's just luck a lot of the times. I know he can make it, but when you think it's gonna go in, Pritchard's got the buzzer shots, it's and it doesn't go in. It's pisses me off sometimes, but that's the fun of watching it. So yeah, I think I should move on to the next topic of discussion in this episode is, should Jason Tatum return? Should he return? Personally, for me, I don't think he should. Because I think he should take more time for his rehab and to practice. He's with the Celtics G League in Maine. He did a few scrimmages, and he looks really good from the videos that's been shown on social media. It's been looking really good, kind of like a little bit of his old self playing before the injury, for the Achilles injury. So that's really promising. However, I just don't want him to rush into coming back and just to be like, we don't entirely need him back, honestly. Like, we have Jaylen Brown, we have Pritchard, we have Walsh, and then all the new young players that got drafted on our team. We're like, we can do good without him. However, I know like so many fans want him back so badly and be like, oh, the end of like the playoffs coming back in time for that, so he could just like destroy the playoffs and maybe get us another championship, which would be awesome. But like, what if he hurts himself again, or it tears it even worse and we lose them entirely, which that's like could factor. I'm like, maybe he shouldn't, honestly. Don't rush it. Take his time with his rehab. Continue that. And then like, because there's next season, and with next season there's a lot more time in the beginning to like ease him back into, playing. So like putting him back in like close to playoffs, it's just, I think it'd be too intense. At least that's what I think. I know everyone has their own opinions, have their own all the Celtics fans right now are like are thinking differently if like Jason Tatum should return, or he should, because like, oh, it'd be the best thing for us for the playoffs and all that, and be awesome, like, oh, we could get another championship if he's back in it. But without him, like, we still stand a high chance. So like, why gamble with his injury right now? I don't think it's just like gambling. It's like risk it, or should like put Jason Tatum back in now and then risk it all, or have him come back next season where he's like been playing a lot more scrimmages, and ease him back in at the beginning of the season and playing and might not play him as much, give him a lot of playing time as much in the beginning of next season, because it's still isn't back in. So however, I know Jason Tatum hasn't said anything about coming back himself. He hasn't, in his own words, said he's coming back as a return date or anything. There's no timeline for him. He's taking his own time, so that's promising. But we don't know what's happening behind closed doors, what he's actually thinking, because that's just what he's saying. That could be just for the media, and then behind the scenes he's like planning a comeback during the playoffs. You don't know what's happening behind the scenes. And then recently there's his documentary that came out, and I know there's theories like, oh, this documentary coming out, maybe this is part of his way of like making a comeback, and there's a few big games coming up, and maybe he'll come back in one of these bigger games coming up. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm very curious of what everyone else thinks. Should Jason Tatum return, or wait until next season and have him return at the beginning of next season? It's really like tough. It's a debatable question. It's a debatable discussion question. So it's because I'm really curious. Like, comment below what you're thinking, because I'm generally interested. So yeah, I'll do more Celtics talk in future episodes if you like this one, because I do enjoy watching the Celtics with my family and with my friends too. Shout out to Remember Bros Night to my bros. So yeah, so I would love to talk more about it, about the Celtics, even the Patriots. So until the next episode, stay tuned and stay in school. Okay, signing off.